Just kidding. What's up, y'all? Yo, yo, yo. What's going on? Welcome back to another
Hey,
Scar segment, segue, seg life. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
good, sleepy, tired, the usual.
I heard
Yeah,
that.
heard a
Y'all,
little.
Pretty swell, pretty
oh, my
swell.
fault.
No, no, I was just saying pretty swell.
Heard we did
Another day in the neighborhood as usual.
Yeah, had a little nice session of. You guys ever played disc golf?
No.
I
No.
played disc golf today, and it was pretty nice. It wasn't crowded.
Oh, nice.
You know,
So did you not end up going on Sunday?
I went on Sunday, but I went today too. I took my daughter.
Oh, nice,
So
nice, nice.
Sounds
Look at that.
yeah,
Love
so
it. 2021.
yeah, so you can call me an athlete now. I can throw a disc around, so I'm an athlete.
Okay, speaking of real athletes, so the Houston Texans and the Philadelphia Eagles have hired their head coaches.
They
Um,
have.
Nick Sirianni, I believe that's how you say his name, is the football coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. And yeah, let's just start with that one. Let's start with my main man Herb, because this is your football team. How do you feel about Nick Sirianni as the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles?
Well, it's an interesting one. Could be good. I mean, they brought him in because he comes from the Colts and Carson's guys over there. So I think they're trying to get the next best thing to having what's his name, Rich Reich,
Oh, Frank Wright.
Frank Reich. Yeah. So they're bringing one of his guys to help Carson, and it's kind of weird that Carson hasn't said much about it. You
Right.
think a quarterback be out? You think a quarterback be out there saying like, "Hey, welcome to the team. Looking forward to anything."
Well, he might not.
So
He might not know his term. Like, what's his future in the Philadelphia Eagles uniform? You know?
well, yeah, but I mean, he's still under contract.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird situation over there. Deuce is gone. They're bringing in a bunch of guys, young guys. So I
How
don't
do you
know.
Deuce Staley? Because when we talk at work, I know you're a big Deuce Staley guy. So how do you feel about him going to Detroit with Mr. Kneecaps?
Mister, I like to bite your kneecaps off.
Yeah.
Uh Good for him. I think hopefully he gets a couple of years under his belt and he can come back as a head coach. So I think it's a good move for him. I mean, he was in Philly for about 10 years, so
Yeah, yeah.
it's a good time to move on.
You know what's crazy for me is I actually like this hire. It's not like they went young, and for me, I know a lot of this is help Carson, help Carson, help Carson, but I like if you're going to get a young head coach. For me, I feel like put that with a young starting quarterback, allow them to grow together the way that when Doug Pearson came in, he got Carson Wentz. The way that Sean McVay came in, he had Jared Goff. The way you can have these situations and they can grow together and you live and die by those two. You know what I'm saying? And so I say they go with Jalen Hurts, but again, I've always go to the mindset of I don't know how good a quarterback is, especially a rookie that got put in there because there's no tape. College tape counts about very little. So I like the hire, but it's still up in the air because I don't know what they're gonna do at quarterback, and I feel like they need some weapons for whoever the quarterback's gonna be.
Yeah. Well, if they go with Hurts, at least like he can scramble and make something happen with his legs. Then I don't think Carson has that in him anymore. I don't know.
No, 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 no. He needs to be on that Ben Roethlisberger plan of start smacking people or whatever he's doing over there. If
I
he's
mean,
even
he's a big boy.
yeah, if he even showing up.
Yeah. It's it's a weird situation there. No one's really talking about it. Like it's
You're
like
right.
tons of rumors and people just like, oh, I heard this, or people feel this way, but you don't really hear from anyone in there. Just people hear third hand,
Who
not even
who
second hand, fourth hand.
who is his defensive coordinator?
I don't know. It's isn't that the guy that's like 12 years old? Didn't they hire that 12-year-old to be a defensive coordinator now?
They might see
I
my
don't know.
yeah. I feel like they need because they need someone on a that's going to command that. I don't know why nobody's hired. Oh, they haven't hired anybody yet. So I don't know why nobody's hiring Wade Phillips. To me, is the best defensive coordinator in the last like 10 years. Weird to me, but
I don't know. Maybe because the league is going like, I don't know. You're 33, you're hired. Wade is like twice that. So
right. But like,
I know what you're saying. Wade can go in there and, put a good squad together, but the NFL, it's like somebody hire a young coach and it worked out, and then they got to do the same thing. This is a copycat league, bro.
I don't know. Brandon, you got anything to say about the Eagles coach?
Nothing much really. I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. It's the Eagles. Sad to say. Come on,
He cool.
Nothing bad, but nothing good.
Yeah.
You can say something bad. Go ahead, man. Everybody else has.
All right. Matter of fact, Carson Wentz, who? Everybody. I'll just playing.
Man, you just want to buy everybody a beer, huh? Carson Wentz, you get a beer. Jalen Hurts, you get a beer.
Yeah, something like that. I just feel like I don't know. Like Carson Wentz hasn't said anything because he again what Damo said. He don't know what's about to happen. Even though he's under contract, he could be gone tomorrow. You know what I mean? So it's not like, I'm excited to get to work. How you gonna get to work on something you're not really cool with? So
what? At least pretend. At least pretend you're cool with it.
Hey, he ain't Aaron Rodgers, so his job ain't complete. And even Aaron Rodgers' job ain't complete. Apparently, he ain't going nowhere. But
but I mean, at least Deshaun Watson said trade me.
Well, speaking of Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans,
since we went there,
they just hired their head coach, David Culley, who, he's a guy that has never been a coordinator. And me personally, I don't believe that you should jump that coordinator spot. That's just me personally. I think if you're a position coach, you should not be there. But he's been in the league since about 1995-ish and has only been a positional coach. Now, I'm gonna start this off because I have some feeling about this. I feel like it's BS on a lot of reasons, right? So for me, I'm always happy to see an African American head coach or an African American get hired as a coach because they're few and far between. But this is a BS job, right? You give him a situation where his quarterback wants out. He didn't want the general manager. Nobody even wanted his job after a while. And it's just like, here, take this. We just need someone now. And let's, give ourselves set up for someone later. This is what the Raiders did to Dennis Allen before they hired Jack Del Rio. And that was BS too. But as a black man, I'm just saying this is BS because I don't feel like they really wanted David Culley. Now, good for him because at the end of the day, he can make the most of this because Mike Tomlin wasn't supposed to get the Pittsburgh Steelers job. They just did the Rooney Rule and they was like, oh, crap. He's dope. So hopefully it can be something like that. But he did hire Lovie Smith as a defensive coordinator. That's a good hire to me. So that's like my first thought about that. Brandon, you got any thoughts about David Culley, the Houston Texans, and all that BS going on over there?
I don't know much about dude, but I do want to say like that. You're right. It's good for him. I mean, Brett getting paid regardless. Let's just say that, right?
Yeah.
But then him being a position coach for so long, it's not like he doesn't know the game of football. So what if he brings a different, different viewpoint towards the Texans? I mean, that is a team that can afford a year like that. You know what I mean? At the same time, trade Deshaun Watson. Like you don't need a high caliber quarterback in an experimental situation. Like bruh is ready. Give him a team that will go far.
Especially with before we go to you, Herb, especially with they're about to be a full rebuild in a second. Soon, like you trade him, JJ Watt don't want to be anymore. You got rid of DeAndre Hopkins. That wasn't this staff, but they got rid of that man. Same owner. They was okay with it. So like for me, get a full rebuild. You don't have any first round picks. You trade that to Miami. What you got back never worked. So get a full rebuild. Go get picks for Deshaun Watson. Blow that thing up. Go get Justin Fields or or go trade for somebody something, because right now what you're doing is not working. Herb, what do you guys say about all this?
Well, I have like what do you call it? Like conspiracy theories and things like that. Like I just like they hire this guy to appease Deshaun Watson.
Mm-hmm.
So so he would stay like, hey, we got a black coach. You wanted that, like because they messed up so badly with him not being involved in any of the hiring process for a GM or for a head coach. So they went with a black coach just to maybe appease him some way. That's what I think. I mean, I speculating here, but they're just trying to like make him happy some way so he can stay. It's like, hey, it's a black coach. You're gonna let him fail, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I sound a little crazy saying it, but I don't. That's what I think, and it sucks. But like Brandon said, they should just get rid of Watson, get some value for him, and rebuild because that guy don't want to be there.
It could be one or two things though. So he can, all right, you got a black coach, cool. They can all learn from each other. Deshaun Watson could have a way of saying, all right, look, you're new to this. I know I've been in the league. My ideas matter. Let me throw them in. Let me throw them out there. You know what I mean? So it could be a segue to Deshaun Watson and a coach working together like a Brady Belichick. I mean, I'm going extra far and I'm reaching on that, but it could be something like that. So again, we don't know if Deshaun Watson does stay and he works with that coach. It could still be a different situation, or it could be completely horrible.
My only problem though with this is it seems less about Belichick and Brady and more James Harden, Bickerstaff. Like it's what it's looking like to me, and it's back in Houston. Yo, I don't know what they got in the waters, but they tripping. If Deshaun Watson show a fat one these days, I'm gonna start laughing. Like for me, they're going about it the wrong way, and it's like I understand you don't want to trade Deshaun Watson because to me, Deshaun Watson is top 5 in the league. You know what I'm saying? Top 5 quarterback in the league. But it comes a point where you have to look at yourself and be like, what are we doing? Like why we keep spinning our wheels with this situation? This isn't going to end tomorrow or the next day because you don't trade someone as great as Deshaun Watson that quick. But it has to be a point where you sit down and look at every single situation because they can't just trade him to I don't know, somewhere and him be okay with it. He has a no trade clause. So sit down with that man, figure out his spots.
Well, not just that, but I mean the value that he carries. Because we just had a trade that I mean, I think the Rams overpaid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good for them, and both teams got what they wanted. But still, Stafford's not a two first round picks. So where does that put Watson? You know what I mean?
Well,
because you get a starting quarterback who played in the Super Bowl with Goff.
Mm-hmm.
So what does Watson carry?
So
what's his tag?
Before we get into that trade, Brandon, give me a spot that Deshaun Watson should go. Now I don't care if it's realistic or not. Where's the best place for him?
I've been putting a lot of thought into it, and you're right. It either could be Miami or he could do damage on the 49ers. My very last pick, absolute last pick, Broncos.
Heard.
Well, I just think of who has anything to give for him.
Yeah.
And it's Miami and the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think he wants to be a Jet. He did say he wants to go to Miami, but I don't know if Miami wants to give up the house for him.
I think that I got a huge feeling he's gonna be with the Jets just because they have the most to give up. And if he goes to Miami, it's just Houston saying, "Hey, get my picks back, bro." And so I can see him going to the Jets. I can see Chicago apologizing him going there.
But
yeah, they don't have much.
I mean, dude, like again, go back to Stafford, like 2 first rounders for Stafford and a starting quarterback and a third round.
And a third round, yeah.
So for Watson to go somewhere, they have to get a starting quarterback and 3 first rounders.
You know who got a starting quarterback? Raiders.
He's not going to the Raiders. You guys don't have first rounders to give.
Yeah, I know.
Like
Raiders, y'all don't have any leverage. Let's be real here.
What do you mean? What do you
Nor
mean?
money.
We got
Yeah.
money. Money's not the issue.
You got no money in the draft picks.
We got
You
money.
ain't got,
We got
money.
we
You
got
ain't got
top.
Deshaun
We got top 5 cap space. Well, you send Derek Carr out. That's the cap space.
Watson. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. But yeah, like, what do you think? Like, do you think he's worth like 3 picks,
Yeah,
3 first-round picks,
100%. Yeah,
and a starting quarterback,
and a starting quarterback
and a side of fries and a Coke?
Yeah.
from rallies. That was the first thing that popped in my head.
But I mean, his tag is so high, bro.
Yeah,
That's
what you got?
That's
Hold
why
on.
you do 49ers. I mean, Jimmy G, bye. Like,
Yeah, but who wants Jimmy G though? It's the problem.
Belichick.
get rid of him somehow. Who wanted Matt Stafford? Now look at the Rams.
Matt Stafford's nice though. Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
A lot of people wanted Matt Stafford.
All right.
Quite a few
No,
people.
you,
Quite
the
a few
only guy
people
who-
wanted Matt.
the only team that wants Jimmy G are the Patriots.
Yeah. Very
You
true.
know, that was his guy anyways.
Going back home.
So, since we've been talking about the trade, let's get into the trade. Herb already alluded to it. The Lions got Matthew Stafford, the Lions got Jared Goff, 2 future first-round picks, and a third for 2021. And then the Rams got Matthew Stafford. Herb, let's stick with the Lions first. What do you think the Lions got? Do you think it was a good trade for the Lions? Do you think they got enough? What do you think?
Hell yeah, it was a good trade for the Lions. I mean, long term, it's a great trade. They got 2 first rounders, but late rounders. They're in their 20s. It's not
they're
the
later.
they're not in the teens or the 10s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they're gonna get like the best wide receiver.
Right.
But I mean, if they got a good GM, they can get good value out of those picks. But I think the Lions got the best deal long term. Short term, the Rams did.
Right.
So,
My issue with the Rams, we'll stick with the Lions. I like it for the Lions. Like you said, they got a nice haul for a 32, 33-year-old quarterback. A nice haul. They add Jared Goff, who isn't
34, I think.
Is he?
I think so. Got like 12 years in the league, bro.
Yeah, that's a lot. For him, for the Ramsey, I'm not saying Jared Goff is great because I'm not a big fan of his, but you still do get a young quarterback, a semi-young quarterback. You still get those first-round picks. You can add, you can move up if you have to get somebody you want with those. So I like it. They're a young building team. You know what I mean? It's already blown up. The Lions are just a blown-up team every year. So you get those, and then you can build slowly with Dan Campbell and your boy Deuce Staley over there. Let's see what they got. I don't know who they got their defense coordinator, but they got to be adults because they got Dan Campbell there. Not that he's not an adult, but he out here biting kneecaps. The whole thing. Brandon, what do you think about the Lions and their trade? How do you feel about that?
Something just popped in my head, and I thought it was the craziest thing ever. Right?
I seen your face like glowing a second ago.
When was Jared Goff good? Let's be real here.
Super Bowl year?
Yeah,
when he
all right.
had a primary running game and he barely had to throw the ball, but when he did, he had a nice wide receiver, right?
he was good when all the game ran through Gurley.
Yeah.
When Gurley was good,
Now,
they were good.
who is their offensive coordinator? The person who just loves to run the ball.
I think they just got Anthony Lynn.
Oh,
I think so.
With a couple first round picks, they're about to be a running team, and Jared Goff is there to just throw that ball when he needs to. New management, new everything. That's what it just clicked. I'm like, Anthony Lynn runs. They just got Jared Goff. He was only good when Gurley was getting the ball. But like my mind was going crazy. So
they got Deuce Staley over there.
That's what I'm saying. So the Lions, they're setting up for to still do something. So yeah, they won. As soon as they got Lynn, I would say as soon as they got Lynn, but this trade literally boosted everything for them. They will be looking for, they have to look for somebody with some strong legs in the.
So
draft.
you think the Lions are going to start looking like the Titans? Just run strong, just power. You know what I'm talking about?
Eventually, I wouldn't say that strong because I mean,
Well, I mean, Derrick Henry's a
well, I
beast.
was about to say
Yeah.
you can imitate Derrick Henry,
No,
but
you can't.
you can't. But it would be Rams that Super Bowl year if they play their cards right.
You know what? On your point, that's actually a good point. I forgot about NC Lane. There's a running back that's gonna be. We ain't gonna talk about free agency too much. We're not gonna really get into it. We're gonna have a free agency special down the road. But Aaron Jones is a free agent from the Green Bay Packers. So you can take from your rival. You can go get a running back, and you can get the ships in motion. You're not wrong on that because you have Anthony Lynn, who to me is a perfect. He's a great offensive. I think he's gonna be a great offensive coordinator for them. You got Duke Staley, who was a former running back and can teach running backs. I think he was teaching the hell out of those running backs in Philly because I don't think they're great, but he taught them how to do what they do.
Yeah, I mean those small guys, you know, fucking killing it out there.
My guy Boston Scott.
Yeah.
So actually, I'm liking this a little more because Jared Goff. To me, Jared Goff isn't Jimmy G. He isn't Mitchell Trubisky. He's not on that level, but he does need help. He needs scripted plays, and Anthony Lynn can do that. Anthony Lynn can put him in position, especially if he can get a running back, 2 running backs, and build off of that, and then do the play. He's great in play action. Jared Goff is awesome in play action, so allow him to play action. Allow him to do that. Give him a good O-line. That might not be too bad out there in Detroit.
Everything that Lynn wanted to do with the Chargers, he can do with the Lions.
Yeah, you go pick up a running back. Okay, Detroit not too bad.
That's a win for Detroit. Go ahead, Detroit. Do your thing.
All right, so Brandon, how you feel about Matthew Stafford to the Rams? So
I was saying that all last year they are one good quarterback away from doing something. If they stick to it, they can definitely go somewhere. Now, it's weird to say this because their defensive coordinator is my head coach. So whoever took that mantle,
Raheem Morris.
that job.
Raheem Morris.
Tell me about him. I don't know much.
Raheem Morris was a defensive coordinator last year for the Falcons, and he ended up the interim. He's been in, I believe, Washington. He was a head coach for Tampa. I think right after. No, it wasn't right after John Gruden, but he ended up for John Gruden. I think he was a coach under John Gruden for a while in Tampa, and that's how Sean McVay know him because they grew under that John Gruden tree and all that good stuff.
So if he was for the Falcons last year, I don't have too much faith in dude. So with that being said,
no, he's a great defensive coordinator.
You said he was a defensive coordinator for the Falcons.
Yeah.
Well, the Falcons fire their coach, so they ended up making him interim.
Okay, because I was like
Falcons, and they actually got better.
Yeah, they got a lot better when he was there.
They were they were
Dan Quinn.
They were doing just like us. So if he could hold that same mantle that Staley did for the Rams defense last year, by all means. I mean, Matt Stafford is going to complement the Rams real well. He could throw. Solid. I think it's a solid pickup for the Rams, but again, Lions still won in that trade.
Yeah, long term. I think short term, the Rams are going to get what they wanted. You know, they just want to get past the Seahawks. And they have a whole stadium to pay for, so
yeah, you ain't.
And we know the Chargers are not bringing the crowds in.
Yeah.
Hey. Yes, we are.
Hey, don't worry about
taking
that.
My shots.
We are.
Don't worry about it. There'll be some Raider fans in there to help pay for it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, on other teams.
But yeah, man, they got a huge stadium to pay for. They need to win now. You know, they're not too concerned about 5 years from now. You know, they got a 3-year plan probably, and this is part of it. Getting a seasoned quarterback. I mean, Stafford is tough, bro. He can take hits. He gets up.
Yeah,
he's a good quarterback.
You know, a big thing that I didn't think about, Herb, what you said is why is my comb here? It's the fact that they need to win. They just opened this big stadium up, and then this upcoming year is going to be the first time that they open the stadium up with fans. You know what I'm saying? So when you have that, Chargers they're not pulling in anybody, right? So you got to have fans come in here. So when you yes,
People want to come see Justin Herbert now. Stop playing.
That
us.
is true. That
Playing us.
the man's got a point.
People
The man's got a
want to see
point.
Herbert play.
right, but that
Stop it.
don't mean they're Charger fans though. That just means they're NFL fans.
You know what?
I'm
That's
I'm with Brandon. I know I'm with Brandon.
I
I'm with
don't
Brandon.
know.
I would go see that guy play. I'd go see him.
But you're an Eagles fan though. That's my point. There's NFL fans that's going to go, but there's no Chargers fans. There's only like 6 of them.
Oh, I don't know, man. That bandwagon, I know how those Charger fans are.
But here's the issue where I was getting to.
They're still wearing Breeze shirts.
Yeah, you ain't never lied. Doug Fouts shirts is what they're wearing still.
Down Fouts.
Yeah, Dan Fouts. The issue to me about the Chargers and the Rams, if they don't win, is they're in LA. There's too much to do in LA, here in LA. There's Laker games, there's Clippers now winning games. You can go to the beach. There's always USC you can go to, UCLA, Sparks, even though Candace Parker, why you gotta go?
Hey, got that. Go ahead.
She went home.
So there's always shout out to Candace Parker. She went home. So there's always something. It needs to be winning from one of those football teams. Not that the Rams aren't winning, because they're winning, but we want something to hold on to, something to grab. And I feel like this Matt Stafford trade is huge. I'm a big fan of Matt Stafford. I've always been. But in Detroit, they have 2 of the best players to ever play the game, and they both dipped. And Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson. And Matthew Stafford might be the best quarterback to ever play for the Detroit Lions. And he wanted to dip.
And look, honestly, he gave them everything. I don't know what else the man could have done for them.
He really did.
Like, it's not like, he left in shame, or like, he could have done more. I think he did as much as he could. I mean, he worked under Matt Millen.
Yo, all that man did, I don't think he knew what other positions were. He drafted wide receivers every single year.
I mean,
come on,
they got,
man.
Didn't they have one of the Mike Williams?
Yeah, they had one of them.
Not the good one?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, they just all receivers, and they never panned out. And they really never recovered from Barry Sanders retiring, honestly.
Nope. Or Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, well.
So I think, but the Rams went. I want to say the Rams window is what it is, because basketball stuff closes up and down all the time. But the Rams don't have a future. They've traded all their picks for the longest time. You talking about somebody?
That's what they do. That's what they do. They just give away their first round picks. They don't know what that is.
Yeah, they don't know. So I'm rooting for Rams, because I'm in LA, and I got to hear it on ESPN LA 710. Shout out to them all the time. But I think this is a big trade for them. So I like it for both sides, personally.
Yeah, like I said, short term Rams, long term Lions.
Well, let's get into the whole point why we're sitting here today. I don't want to talk about no BS with coaches. No,
we ordering pizza?
Big trade. We're gonna have a conversation tomorrow at work. We're gonna have a conversation. No, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. Herb, what's your what's going on in your head?
Wait, why is Brandon muted, bro? Did you mute Brandon?
No, I didn't mute Brandon.
No, I'm muted. You're good. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I didn't mute Brandon.
Oh, rude.
Okay.
So
no, go.
So I can't even make jokes about how old Tom Brady is. There's no. It's not even funny. God.
It's a little funny.
No, Grandpa Joe over there. I don't know.
Grandpa Tom to you, sir.
I mean, the man can pick a team and make him good, right? I didn't think they had it. I didn't think they could beat Green Bay, and I have nothing nice to say. I have just hate in my heart. If I had the force, I'd be like next to Darth Vader, going like, "Yeah, let's choke him." Like, I can't. So obviously, I'm going for Kansas City. I like Andy Reid. He's my guy. He's always been my guy. And I hope Tom Brady retires on the field halfway through that game.
Brandon, your turn. Boy, my waves came in clean, boy.
Brady come in halftime. Them boys is too fast for me. I can't. Nah, that's going Kansas City, man. So, but somebody painted a crazy picture. Like Brady on his last year, let's say quote unquote last year, goes to a new team, right? Goes through Breeze, Rodgers, and is in the Super Bowl with the newest GOAT, you know, Patrick Mahomes, P. Diddy Mahomes, Patty Mahomes. And yeah, Snoop called him P. Diddy Mahomes during the Pro Bowl thing. So I'm gonna keep it. Um, and then it's about to go for a ring, So and if he wins, that's the story they tell. He leaves a new team. That first year, that team wins the Super Bowl. He goes to another division. He blows through that division. Like, you know what I'm saying? That is the story of Tom Brady if he wins the Super Bowl. I don't want that story. I want Brady to go. I want Brady to just go retire.
We're done with the Brady business.
He old, man.
I was never in the Brady business.
Was in the second grade when he was in his first Super Bowl. When Brady was doing his Super Bowl. First Super Bowl. But
by the way, like,
man, he old man. Hey.
Look, I know I'm full of hate, but like, it's not like he went to a bum team.
I know he ain't go to the Chargers.
Like,
kind of did go to like kind of a bum team.
No, didn't.
Like, dude, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Leonard Fournette, who
Ronald Jones Jr.
Come on,
like, and then they got Antonio Brown out there,
and then Gronk.
And Gronk, he had to build it like some of his super team. Like he was like, "Hey, I'm going to this team."
So it's not like Brady made that team good. He just managed to do good there.
Here's the thing, though. What we haven't brought up about the Buccaneers. That general manager, and I don't know who general manager. I know Jason Licht is the owner. Damn. Jason Licht is the owner. I don't know who the general manager is. Bruce Arians is the head coach. They have drafted one of the best defensive teams in a while. Just from everybody on that defensive team, it's so solid. From Devin White to I don't know, Carlos Davis III to Sean Butling. Like there's so many players on that team. Then they brought in Sue. Then they brought in, or they already had them, but they brought in Shaquille Barrett. Like they put together that defense so well, and that's why they're in the Super Bowl right now. My issue is I'm salty. Okay, I'm a Raider fan. I don't want Kansas City there. And hold on, we ain't talking. Look, and then Antonio Brown. I hope Antonio Brown fall. Never mind, I'll be nice.
He retires.
Yeah. Let's go with that. I'm going to go with Kansas City because I just think Kansas City is just such a better team. The mistakes that Tom Brady made against the Packers, he cannot make against Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to go down and score too quick. Andy Reid, to me, is too good of a coach to be like, oh, well, let's just kick the ball or whatever. Even though I think Aaron Rodgers should have played a little better at those moments, Mahomes will play better. Travis Kelce, to me, is a cheat code. Like, I know Tyreek Hill is, but Travis Kelce, to me, is a real cheat code. Big body, all this good stuff. So he's someone that, like, really puts it out there, really does what needs to be done. So
that whole team is a cheat code.
Yeah, you can
they're firing. When they're firing, Dude.
Yeah, even their defense though, and their defense is not that good to me. But when their defense is on, they own.
Like at any point, you'll see what's his name, Harmon.
Yeah,
Harmon. Like
Harmon.
Like out of nowhere, that dude is just down the field. Like just gets that touchdown. And then you don't see him for 3 games.
Le'Veon Bell, same thing. He won't do anything, and then he'll have like six catches for like 70 yards and like 8 18 runs for like 100. Like, you
Like-
will never know. With Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the team's just too good, man.
You know what? Actually, sorry to cut you off halfway through your rant, but I think I'm gonna have to say this though. It will be a high-scoring game.
Okay.
It will be touchdowns coming down everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all both teams have offense for days.
Yeah.
So at least we're gonna get a Super Bowl that's probably gonna be a 62-54.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Very entertaining.
Before we end this, talk about this, Brandon, what's your final thoughts on Super Bowl? On both teams, on one team? Like, what's your thoughts and what do you think is gonna happen?
Patty Mahomes probably twice in a row, man. That's all I can say. Really, I want Tom Brady to just go. He's too old.
Herb?
I love Andy Reid, but the only thing he has is time management. Has always been an issue with him, and that's like Tom Brady's bread and butter.
Yeah.
So those last 2 minutes, it's always been Tom Brady just driving down and just doing what he needs to do. Even though he's choked for most of the game, you give him those 2 minutes, and so I hope Andy doesn't do what Andy does with that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
drive up the score, even if you're up by 40, just keep going.
well, there's not much we've said it all. I think Kansas City is way too good. And shout out to boys like Devin White. Shout out to offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich. Like I said, it's nice to see black guy and Eric Benini, who needs a position. Shout out to those black head coaches or black offensive coordinators that's doing their job and not getting spots that somebody like Dan Campbell will get. No, nothing wrong for Dan Campbell, but
Good for kneecap guy.
Yeah, good for him. But that's our video, folks. Brandon, do you got anything else to say? You know what? Actually, before you say that, I'm gonna go first. I want to say this was the week of Sunday was the day of sometime last week was the untimely death of Kobe Bryant, and I just want to say R.I.P. to Kobe because he was, for me, my favorite player growing up. To me, the greatest player to ever pick up a basketball. For me, the reason why I got into basketball as someone whose dad wasn't really there all that much. To hear that, I remember me and Brandon was playing the PS4, was playing 2K at the time, and I don't believe half the stuff Brandon says. And when he said that, we both turned off the game, and we just kind of, had to sit there and like really like soak that in. So shout out to R.I.P. Kobe, R.I.P. Gigi, and the rest of the people that's on the helicopter. Shout out to Vanessa Bryant and all that stuff. She won't see this, but still, just put that good energy in the air, because at the end of the day, that type of stuff sucks. And I don't have very many celebrity like people I look up to. That's, to me, I'm not into that. But Kobe was one of the person I did. Sans whatever happened in Colorado. Brandon, you got anything to say in general or whatever?
I mean, yeah, same thing, man. RP Kobe and the rest of the people involved. Prayers goes out to their families. Definitely, it's been a crazy year, and I mean, you know what I mean. Mamba out. Still.
Yeah. Herb.
Well, with Kobe, it was like it's the way I bonded with my friends. Like, because we would just get together and watch the games. Because I mean, like back then, like the highlights was everything. Like just watching, like Kobe to Shaq. Like those games were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And like I bonded with a lot of my friends over that stuff. So like when I think of Kobe, I think of my friends. My friends are my family.
Mm-hmm.
And all those memories, just watching the games, watching the finals, watching the championships, is like when I think of Kobe, I just think of like all my friends and everything that we've done, and it's a bummer.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah, it definitely does. We I threw that out there. I didn't even tell the guys about that.
Thanks a lot, asshole.
Yeah, my bad. That's something I wanted to get out because we couldn't like have a video because I didn't get to it in time. I ain't gonna do all the craziness because I just wanted to end there. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us about things we talked about. Tell us what Kobe meant to you. you see what Kobe meant to us. That's our video. Yeah, follow everything on Scar Entertainment. We out. RIP Kobe, y'all. Peace.
I bet.